Right, let's see what's going on. Okay, excellent condition. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's see if anyone comes back. Now, is there any way I can see here how many viewers I've got? Add view account. View account. Okay, that'll do. Done. And let's let me stick it down there. Yep. Now I know that's me, so I won't get excited. Right, now what's happening with this lot? Okay, VLC. Now is that should have a filter on it. Let's see, does it? Filters. It does, but it doesn't have. There we go. Okay, now it should duck. Yes, it does. It's a little bit loud though, so we'll bring it down. Can we move that up? Huh. How can we hide things that don't have hide? Aha! That's how we do that. Okay, hide. And hide. And hide. Okay, so that's good. We've got the things that we need. And that's good. All right. Now, is that showing that on there? It is showing that on there. All right, let's move that there where I can see that because that's more useful to me. Yeah, that's more useful to me. All right. Okay, so yes, welcome to whoever may be watching. Although I know nobody is yet, but what do you expect? Nobody knows I'm doing this. Anyway, what should we do? Yes, a little bit about the series, I guess. Now, I have been working on a Let's Play series called Salt Inevitable. You see, I've been testing it and setting up and what have you. And basically, what it is if I just load up these edit settings, come on, and the mod list. Yeah, give me my cursor back. Nope. Okay. There's the first grain of salt. Give me my cursor back. Thank you. Now, what was I doing? Oh, yes, I was going to move that a little bit lower on the screen like that, so it's less obtrusive. There we go. That's just so I can keep an eye on what's going on. Okay, so yes, here we go. Getting back to this mod list. As you can see, I've got a whole metric shit ton of mods in this scenario that I am putting together for you for a playthrough, um, which I'm going to be doing live. We're just the purpose of this stream really is just to test my setup, um, and just go through some of the mods that I'll be using. I've got a few at the top here, which are essentially standard. I've been playing this game for maybe 4 or 5 months now, when I've been able to, and there's been a few mods that I've come across that I just, even in straight old vanilla, I can't do without. One is a pretty skybox. I tend to change that. Toggle crosshair, that allows me to hit a key binding and get rid of my cursor so that I can take screenshots, etc. This is a nice colorful HUD that seems to be popular, and I like it. This is a mod that I found through Splitsy. I think he wrote it, and its job is to reduce the volume of the tool sounds, as it says, quieter tools. We've got this one here, automatic ore pickup. Now, strictly speaking, that could be cheesing it, cheating, whatever, but it does help, I find. I may or may not leave it on, I don't know. This one, again, I'm not sure about. HUD compass, everybody again, that seems to be a very popular one. This is a dependency. Colorful icons, that just adds a little bit more than the monochrome in various dialog boxes. Clear LCDs, that actually, no, I'm gonna remove that one. We've got Medieval Planet Complete. Now, the reason I've put this in is because it gives us a nice Earth-like planet with a few pre-built roads and what have you on there, which might make it easier to get around from base to base and exploring the planet, etc. So I have put that in as a replacement to the Earth-like. Speaking of planets, we have got a whole bunch of additional planets here. Rather than go with the default vanilla set, I've put in the Paradise system, which again I learnt of through Splitsy. And these are a few additional planets that mods that are needed for those. I've also added a couple of additional ones myself because they looked interesting on the workshop, and I thought I'd give them a try. Now, there's a whole bunch of mods that we're about to get to that I have to give a shout out to Wasted Space, Captain Shack, Farrell, and the whole of the Armco community for bringing to my attention. I've seen all or most of these in use on their streams, and they look like must-haves or want to try. But a lot of them are in here just to give me some options when I'm building and creating things. Plus, we've also got a speed mod here, which increases the top speed that you can get in the game. Again, for a little bit more interaction with things like this, the aerodynamic physics, which, yes, re-entry, drag, and flight capabilities with, whereas it's, yes, these aeroplane parts and various wings that do some interesting physics with the thruster and lift mechanics. We've got various other options here for drilling and mining, stronger ore detectors. One of the things that I want to put in here, which I hadn't put in yet, is the deep ores mod, because when we get to the planets, I want to be able to have to dig deep, as it were. So I'm going to shove that down near these here. Let's stick them here. Oop. Just above all the other stuff. So we get the planets, then we get that. So yes, we've got this. We've got a few missing slopes that are from the game. We've got maintenance tunnels, elevator parts. Oh yes, that was the other thing. Elevator. Wanted to give that a try. That's the one. We'll shove those in. What else have we got? Conveyor hinges. Still more catwalk options. Conveyor maintenance ducts. That's one. Maintenance tunnels. I'm not sure why that's in there. I thought that those. Don't think those are part of the same thing. Let's get rid of that one. Elevators, gravity plates and catwalks. I'm going to remove that. I thought it might be fun. Now I'm not so sure. I've been thinking about it, so let's get rid of that. We've got some hydrogen thruster. We've got recolorable thrusters. These are just cosmetic. I thought they'd be fun. Technically, we don't need them. Here we go, more Armco stuff. Repulsor engines, tiered engines. That's to give us some stronger engines for some design flexibility. We are going to, as I said, most of these are just to give me options. We've got the hovercraft engine, so we can do some hovership designs. Now these here, the nanobot build and repair system and the drill and fill system. I've put these in because when you're streaming, especially when there's only one of you, you don't necessarily want to be. Oh, hi, Michelle. I've just looked over at my other screen and seeing you in chat there. And hello to viewer number 3. Oh, bye, new viewer number 3. Yes, interesting things with thrusting and lifting mechanics. Yes, these are all the joys that you have to look forward to when I finally manage to drag you kicking and screaming into this game. We've got going back to these. We've got yes, build and repair system. Now, one of the things, as you can probably see going on in the background of the video, you've got engineers running around welding things up. Now, that can take a lot of time and be very, what's the word? Boring. That's the word. I was engrossed in my mechanics, yes. Yes, you'll have to let me know if the volume sounds are okay. I've set up squelching and things so that when I'm speaking, you should be able to hear me fine. And when I'm not speaking, you should hear the music pop up in level to give you something else to listen to instead of silence. And I've got the same squelch set up on the game sounds as well. Getting back to the mods that we're using, the build and repair system. That is, in essence, going to do a lot of the welding and the grinding for me. so that we can concentrate more on designing and the cerebral processes involved in creating vehicles, drones, bases, etc. The drill and fill system, this is overpowered as hell. And I will not be using it. It's one of the things that came out of my testing. I would not feel right using it to mine resources with, because literally with one of those on your ship, you just fly through a system and it sucks all the resources into your cargo hold. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be using that. At the top here, we've got where is it? Where is it? I saw it here. Automated beam drill. Now that, whilst it does have an automatic mode, you can use it as a drill, but it's a drill you can operate from your ship. So there is a way of using this that requires some skill. So that I feel justified in using, as long as I don't put it on its automatic mode, because that, that takes all the fun out of it. Where are we? We've got down through these here. Stone Crusher. Now that I've put in purely as an option should I find myself in a position whereby I have got way too much stone on my hands. Oh, before we move on to that though, if this is so overpowered, why have I still got it in the mod pack? Well, when it comes to precision drilling of cavities in mountains and things like that, where you want a nice, you want a nice accurate cut line, that thing is brilliant. And that is one of the reasons why I've put this in. Because if I am using this, I will have an abundance of stone, which I'll need to get rid of. And this is what I'll be able to use to do that. Because this will just process the stone into dust, and it will blow away and disappear. So that is my balance to this. Does that make sense? I hope so. Decoys, probably. This I have to thank Splitsy for. These are some humorous decoys in the shape of Splitsy and Capac. So even if I can't get anyone else to come and play with me on this game, then I will be able to have imaginary friends. Here we go. Advanced doors, again, more building options. Same with these. That will allow, this letters mod will allow me to put lettering on things. We've got some bed options. Modular airfield runway. Now that might be useful once we have established planet-bound bases and wish to set up some runways and things for aircraft and other vehicles to take off from. Again, building option, building option, and in a latter game, a way of getting around our various bases without having to travel for hours. More buildings options. More building. Yes, more building options. Eye candies. Sleep mod. When we're planet side, this will allow us to magic away the darkness hours. So again, that's a quality of life thing. Block torpedoes. Those I've included because they might be fun playing with at some point. This here is a logistics utility. Again, more weapons. This is a guidance block for the torpedoes. Holographic radar, spotlights. These are all building options. And I'm looking through and I've noticed that I've missed a couple. Where was it? I think it was it collect. No. Let's see if we can find it. But we do have a whole bunch. Oh, there we go, Mr. Coffee. That I need in there. That's an alternative Spawn option. Widescreen TV. No, not yet. Ventilators, AI core. Advanced fine modules. Where is it? Black holes. Ball cockpit. That's another one I wanted to try. Some of these are things that I've picked up recently that I didn't know that I wanted. Oh, I've got 2 black hole variants there. Okay. I shall have to figure out those. Yes, we got various sci-fi show related things, Borg, Stargate, Star Trek, etc. Camera panning, car parts. Sorry, I hopefully have managed to squelch Exiled from the background because she's talking on Discord. So hopefully I've managed to squelch that out. Where are we? Where are we? Combined cannons and turrets. I wanted that in there instead of, where was it? Oki. Let me see. Let me see. All right, Michelle. It's nice to see you. Have a good evening. And yeah, hugs to you from both of us as well. Uh, anyway, we have various. Yeah, there we go. Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, various other things, and I will, of course, be adding from these mods as the series progresses and as we get through this starting starting selection that I've put together here. We've also got a few additional planets as well. If we skyboxes, there we go, planets, all these different planets as well. So there is so much content that is available for this game from the Steam workshop that yeah, this thing is, I've described it as Minecraft on steroids, and I at the moment I think I'm justified in that classification, and I will defend it until such time as I don't feel that way anymore. So yes, this is what we've got, and I haven't finished testing the scenario yet, but as soon as I have, then we will get this thing on the go. If there is anything, if you are a Space Engineers player and you wish to join me on this excursion into the unknown and maybe teach me a thing or two, or indeed learn with me on these new mods, then do drop me a line, drop me a friend request in Discord or on Steam. Steam's possibly the better one. And yeah, if you checks out, then yeah, I'll be more than happy to have friends on here to go through this with me. The first few episodes will be me single player. Of that, I have no doubt. But I already have a couple of people that have shown some interest, and hopefully they'll be joining me later on. One of those being Michelle. We still have to get Space Engineers working on Linux first. So if you're listening, developers, now that you've got Xbox sorted, then you need to get it on Linux as well, so that the whole Steam community can jump on board and get involved. I would advocate for Macintosh users as well, but I don't know any off the top of my head. So I'll leave that to others. Anyway, so this is what we've got, and we will be kicking that off as soon as it's ready to go. So that's that. Yeah, we've got the online mode set to friends, so that's why I think Steam will be a better way of going. When it comes to the NPCs, I will be starting it off with wolves and spiders and drones disabled, but I will be leaving things like random encounters and cargo ships. Where's cargo ships? It's here somewhere. The contracts and the economy, I will enable them. And they will go on once I get to a stage of competency, when I feel that will be good for the stream. Because a couple of the people, the people that I've got interested so far are probably a little bit more noob than myself. So they would probably appreciate. Well, I can always switch it off again once they join. But I'm starting to waffle now. So that is a good indication to me that it is probably a good idea to bring this to an end. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. So yeah, thank you for watching. And I look forward to getting this show on the road. So yeah, ta-da for a bit.